baby. Thanks. All right. Welcome to Chat TMZ. Good evening. Forever Hooked. What's happening? Fantastic. Bob, tell him what he's won.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
You can make money with Chat TMZ. Tune in for the latest in all the saga. Actually, I don't know. I haven't looked in 5 minutes. Yeah. Looks like negotiations continue. They reached out to Dario, apparently over the weekend, the guy from Anthropic that left OpenAI to start Anthropic. They tried to get him to come in and run it. He was like, I'm good. You guys go ahead there. Looks like you're having a good time. Oh, never a dull moment. Good evening. Now I'm all self-conscious about my dry hands. Someone the other night was like, don't rub your hands like that. You've got dry skin. Well, I know. I am not moisturized. I will happily admit to that. But I am well hydrated. I'm just not moisturized. Yikes. Yeah, it's been a yikes kind of couple of days, hasn't it? Oh, yes. Fantastic, Bob. Tell him what he's won. Welcome, everybody. This is the AI Learning Lab, or as it's been known for the past 3 days, Chat TMZ. Nothing but gossip and hearsay here. I saw Sam Altman at a Starbucks. Oh my God. Will tomorrow bring more OpenAI drama? Well, the letter that the employees created that was written by Myra, the once interim CEO, what did she last? 36 hours? Maybe not even. So she wrote a letter, and as of this morning, 540 people had signed up on it out of 770. And by this evening, it was like 740 people out of 770 or higher than that. Like 95% of the staff signed this letter that basically said they walk if the board doesn't resign. I don't know how a company survives that, even if half of them honor that. So apparently Satya Nadella is the CEO of Microsoft, is actually negotiating with the board and is the intermediary. Still trying to get Sam back. They interviewed Satya on Bloomberg today. I watched that interview with Emily Chang on Bloomberg, and he's like, yeah, we'll support him. If they want to get their shit together and go back, we'll support him there. Like, we're in with Sam, we're in with OpenAI. If Sam's working for us and then we're working with OpenAI, that's cool. But also, hey, these large language models are cool, but we're also really good with small language models, SMLs. And so he basically said, we're not relying on OpenAI. He also said they got to get their governance shit together, which basically means if he comes in and saves the day, he's going to make damn sure that Microsoft is protected from this in the future. He said we can't have this unpredictableness. So, oh man, what a crazy day. So hi, everybody. So what we do in the AI Learning Lab here, other than talk gossip, is we talk about ChatGPT's been the big thing lately because of the GPTs and because of the multimodal. There's so much to unpack just with ChatGPT 4, but it's a little stunted because they closed access to new subscriptions to ChatGPT 4. So I kind of feel shitty showing something that not everyone can get, but I'm happy to do it. So I'll take this wherever you want to go. If you want to ask questions, pop them in the comments below. If you're wondering like who the hell is this guy and why should I listen to him? Is that Tom Arnold? I'm not wearing the right glasses. Where are my other glasses? Good Lord, people. This is what happens when you get old. You get your driving glasses, you get your computer glasses. It's two separate glasses. It's a whole fucking thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. Entertain yourselves. I'll go find my other glasses. I'll be back. It's just you just got to deal with this. I'll limp my way down there. Hang on. Get up there. All right. All right. Ah, he is rather well bespectacled now. Kyle will be right back. And so I am. Oh no, Kyle missed Sam. Now he's gone again. Wait, really? Is that true? Don't make me go look. Play Cisco old music. Thoughts on the safety rails and Microsoft fitting with OpenSAM at all? Thoughts on the safety rails. I don't know what you mean by safety rails. I assume you mean... So it seems like... what the... Oh, be not afraid. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Move on to another since ChatGPT is over. ChatGPT is not over. Microsoft is not going to let TMZ be over. But I'm happy to show other things. Oh, so one of the things that I showed in this here channel about 2 or 3 weeks before the new version of ChatGPT came out that had GPTs in it, there were a whole bunch of folks in here that wanted to know how to make bots on Poe. And so we did that, and those were cool. And as all of this stuff's playing out, it initially looked like it was llama, who was the chief scientist, or is the chief scientist? I don't know, whatever. It's one of the board members. And it looked like llama was the one that staged this coup, but then llama, when these employees signed the "we're going to quit if the board doesn't dissolve itself," llama was on that list. He's number 12 on that list. So it's looking increasingly like Adam D'Angelo might be the board member that initiated this. Who's Adam D'Angelo, you ask? He's the CEO of Poe. Now remember, what they said was, Sam didn't tell us enough, right? Basically, like, Sam didn't tell us what he was planning. So apparently when they when they released the GPTs and the interface, remember when I said, boy, the GPT interface looks a lot like Poe? I didn't realize Adam D'Angelo was on OpenAI's fucking board. So apparently Adam was a little pissed. Aren't we at 750 employees now? Yeah, I think we are. It was 740 when I left work. It just went up all day. It was 540, then it was 600, then it was 630, then it was 700, then it was 740. Now I guess it's 750, 751. Yeah, it's like, I want to know who like the 17 people are that aren't on the list. Those are just your slackers that they called in sick today. They haven't been paying attention to the news. You always got some, in your small little company of of 770 people, you're always going to have 20 that are just not there. Even in a company like OpenAI. How the hell is this not a blatant conflict of interest? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. OpenAI offered a merger with Anthropic over the weekend to get their CEO. Yeah, Ted, that's Dario Amadir, something like that. Yeah, Dario is the one that made GPT-3, and then he left to form Anthropic because he didn't like the way OpenAI was doing their human reinforcement learning, and he had another idea. And so he started Anthropic, and so Claude is probably the single closest competitor to ChatGPT. And so, yeah, over the weekend, they reached out to Dario and said, "Hey, bud, how would you like to come back and run this thing?" He was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll just be over here with my semi-stable company. you guys, you guys work that out, and you let me know when you want to get back to competing. It's marketing. It's always marketing. Rise of the interest. Yeah. So anyway, so the Poe thing is really interesting. So yeah, there's a conflict of interest there. There's all sorts of rumors. The fact that the board hasn't stated any reason why they booted him is really suspicious, right? I mean, it's just suspicious in that I assume one or more of them are just lawyering up because they know they're potentially on the hook for some big ass lawsuits. So that's probably why it's kind of stalemated right now. Is this is probably just the lawyers are earning their keep. So anyway, so what we can do here, wait, I tried to share a custom GPT with my team. When they click on it, the link, it says it's not supported in iOS. I think iOS is still working with the iOS app or with the browser on iOS. Because you should have them try both. Like I've still got I've still got GPTs on iOS, but it's possible. I don't know. I would say try the iOS app and try a browser in iOS. All right, let me check some things out. Pate Motter. So on our Discord, so we've got this thing called the AI Salon, which I'll talk about in a bit. Pate just says already stimulated at the house. What does he say? I'm bad at familying. It's Thanksgiving week, so let me start out with a fantastic thank you to all the irregulars. Oh, I froze. Am I still frozen? As far as I know, Claude was supposed to be better at writing than GPT, but not sure after the update. It wasn't that Claude was better than ChatGPT. I still think ChatGPT 4 is by far the best writing tool. Like not even close, but Claude's better at certain things. If you put in long documents, Claude seemed better at dealing with them. But all of them are kind of shitty at long form documents, and you gotta, all of these things right now, you kind of have to massage them. So what to do, Mr. K, is actually, this would be interesting. I mean, as a teacher for you, what would be interesting is just do an experiment. You know what I'll do? I'm gonna go flip screens here. This is probably gonna stall the stream out for a second. I exported my data prompts out of OpenAI today just in case the bottom drops out. Didn't want to lose them if the bottom drops out. Yeah, so actually that's a good idea. Let me show that too. Let's go do some shit here. All right. Let's go to Chat ADD. So, if you're feeling like, holy shit, I gotta get my shit out of here, go to your settings, and in settings, there's a thing called data controls. And in data controls, there's a thing called export data. And just go ahead and do that. If you're feeling like this thing is unstable, go ahead and export that. I personally am not all that worried because I think this goes one of two ways. They crash and burn it, and Microsoft ends up acquiring all of the employees and after a year or two, the tech. and it's probably even going to be like, well, you work for Microsoft now, you're just working on the tech. So that's a possibility. The other possibility is the unionization of OpenAI employees over the weekend, where basically all of them said, we quit unless this board goes away, is successful, and the board goes away, and they put in a new board, and Sam and Greg come back, and Satya says, yeah, okay, go patch up your little company there. We'll give you 2 weeks, get your shit together, and we're back on track. I think the one where everyone quits and goes and works for Microsoft, and it's kind of a slow, throes of death kind of thing for OpenAI, and they just go back to being a research lab. They'll dump some of that technology. They'll sell some of that technology out or something like that. Like I'm not worried about it going away. Microsoft is not going to let their $10 billion investment, and to be clear, the $10 billion they invested is like the tip of the iceberg of what they're spending. They're rolling Copilot into everything they do. It's incorporated across the stack. It's in Azure Cloud Services. It's in GitHub Copilot. It's in everything. So they're not going to let it. They're not going to let it die. Now, are they going to hedge their bets also? You fucking betcha they are. Mods, could you please poll to see who thinks Sam and crew will stay or go? Yeah, that would be a good one. If you pop that up, I'll put that out there. All right. Let's see. So what were we going to do here? Oh, I was going to go show you. What did someone ask before? Damn it. It was something. I was going to show you things here. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Mr. K. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, if you're new to ChatGPT and large language models and things like that, get ready to do some screenshotting. I'm going to go through about 8 different slides here, and the poll is up. Okay, poll. Let's do this poll. All right, so we got a minute 30. So will Sam stay or go? So I could care less. So stay means he's going to stay at OpenAI. Go means he's going to go to Microsoft, because even though they said he started at Microsoft, they haven't finalized the paperwork today. They haven't finalized the paperwork yet. Satya said that today. So stay means he's going to stay at OpenAI. The board's going to quit. He's going to come back to OpenAI, and all the employees are going to stay at OpenAI. Or B, nope, he's out of there. The board stays. They basically flush what they've built down the toilet, in the name of safety. And then Sam goes to Microsoft. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. We got one could care less. We got 53%. He's going to go to Microsoft. 40% say he's going to stay. This is total chat TMZ. Up. Staying is it's about 50-50. Yeah, it's you know what? So we have 13 seconds left. Okay, 47, 47, 44, 44. A couple of people now say they don't care. Oh, now he's going to stay at OpenAI. He's taken the lead. 3 seconds left. Now it's even again. Now he's going to go. So it's about 50-50. That was good. That was fun. End this poll, yes. All right, great. Yeah, I mean, I think that's right. It's 50-50. I mean, it's such a shitstorm. In fact, Joker made a lovely image for us. I made the chat TMZ image, but Joker, in the spirit of the day, made us some shitstorm images. I didn't get a dumpster fire one, but we do have some shitstorm ones. This is the boardroom at OpenAI for the past 3 days. I like this one with the monkeys flying around the background. Oh man. Okay. Why does it matter? Is he important to the company? And if yes, why? Who, Sam Altman? Yes, he's very important to the company for a couple of reasons. Sam was effectively the face of the AI movement for all of AI, because ChatGPT launched a year ago on November 30th, and here, let me flip these. I'll get back to the Mr. K. If you hang out, I'm gonna give you a cool assignment. You like homework? I'm gonna give you homework. But Sam Altman was ostensibly the face of generative AI for the business world, and he certainly represented OpenAI. He was trusted. He's soft-spoken. He's intelligent. He's keenly aware of the responsibility of what he's creating, at least in what he talks, right? Like, he's at least thoughtful about it, where a lot of other CEOs are just like, brazen kind of, it's all good or it's all bad, or, it should be open source. Like, Elon Musk, it should all be open source. So Sam was that. Sam was also very obviously trusted and liked as the leader of OpenAI. I think Ilya was jealous of that. Like, there were tensions between Sam and Ilya, apparently. But yeah, leaders make a difference. Leaders make a difference. And when he gets fired and you have 97% of the company say that if he stays fired, we're leaving. Yeah, he's pretty important. So if you got here late and didn't hear that, so this morning, today's Monday, right? Yeah, this stuff's moving so fast. So this morning, the employees, led by Myra, who was the interim CEO for a day and a half, wrote a letter that basically said, if the board does not disband itself, we're leaving. And by the end of the day, 700 and like all but 15 people out of 770 said that they're going to leave the company. So yeah, it makes a difference. If 97.5% of your people leave because one dude left, actually two, him and Greg, it's a big deal. Some of the safety folks are saying that, they're doing it on purpose. They want to tank the company. The ironic thing is, they're going to end up accelerating it, right? Because then it's going to be, Sam is going to be untethered by the nonprofit entity. He's just going to be working for a Microsoft-owned research organization where he's got all of the money he wants. He's got all of the runway he wants. He can go accelerate the shit out of this. They know they know how to get to what they built, even if they don't get the OpenAI technology. So, especially if he's got 97% of the staff. Because Satya basically said, yeah, come on over. We'll house you. Okay. Let's get back to this thing. Okay, so if you're new to this world of this stuff, Still the best by far, in my opinion, is ChatGPT 4. Yes, it seems like everything's going to fall apart and explode right now. I don't think it's going to fall apart and explode right now. Microsoft is not going to let that happen. All right. I'm just going to say something terrible, but 97.5 is Jim Jones level numbers. You know, Pate, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But it's also, it came so out of left field, and there is no clear reason why they fired him. So right, so I think some amount of that is just the circumstance, right? I don't think any leader is 97.5%, well loved and liked. I think a lot of this is circumstance where it just seems like surreal that this is happening. So and you've got sort of follow honors and things like that. Like it started out at 500 out of the 770 signed up right away, and then the rest did over the day. So anyway, go to chat.openai.com. If you've never played with one of these models before, go play there. But for Mr. K, a thing that would, and actually, you know what? For everyone on the call, on the live tonight, on the call, welcome to the conference call. It's Casey Kasem here. Welcome to Chat TMZ. Call in, caller number 7. How's it going? Okay. This is going to be good for everyone. So I'm going to go through here. Get ready to do some screenshotting. So what's on screen right here, on the left is ChatGPT. On the right is the developer, sort of the back end, how you build ChatGPT is on the OpenAI playground. So it's platform.openai.com/playground. It's probably worth you getting an account over here. This is a different account than ChatGPT. You do have to put in your credit card, but they give you like $18 in credits or something like that, or at least they used to. If you're just doing, a little bit of prompting here and there, it's not gonna cost you much at all. I don't think my playground bill has ever been more than $9. So that's just another option. If the front end of ChatGPT goes down for whatever reason, I'm sure the back end will be there for. It's at least a backup. Okay, now, so here's what I'd recommend you do. Take a first-time caller, long-time listener. That's good, gray-haired gamer. Solid. So what I would recommend for everyone to do is take a prompt that you've done that you've had some good success with in ChatGPT, and try it in all these other large language models. So there's 8 of them that I'm going to show you. There's Claude. So Claude is the one with Dario. That's the ex-OpenAI that they apparently offered the CEO-ship this weekend, and he turned him down. You've got Grok from Twitter, from XAI. That's not out yet, but it's coming. You got Bard from Google, which is good but not great. But when they release Gemini sometime in the first quarter, probably going to be great. And then you've got Microsoft Copilot. Now, Microsoft Copilot, I'm going to make this yellow now because I got my little color coding here is if it's yellow, that means it's important. So why Copilot's now important is that's Microsoft's version of ChatGPT. And they've rebranded it. It used to be called Bing Chat, and you can still get it through Bing, but this is the standalone ChatGPT 4 kind of interface. So you can upload images to it. It can create images. It's got all the GPT-4 stuff. The challenge I have with Copilot is that the safety guardrails on it are pretty egregious. So, like, if you are a smartass with it, it'll shut down the conversation. It's just janky. It's just, I don't like it. But that's a good backup for ChatGPT. Claude is also a good backup. Claude is probably, in terms of quality, the next best thing to ChatGPT 4. And it's also got 100,000 token context window, which basically means you can put in long prompts and have long conversations. So does ChatGPT 4 now. So Copilot, Claude, and ChatGPT 4 all have long context windows now, okay? Then we've got Pi. Now, Pi is good if you want to have conversational GPTs. If you want to talk to your GPTs, Pi's really good at that. So get the iOS app if you have an iOS device. Then you got Perplexity, which is really good for research. It does citations really well. You got Poe. So Poe, I always was a little soft on them. Like I was like, yeah, I don't quite know why they're on the list. But the CEO of Quora is Adam D'Angelo. He's the one on the OpenAI board that it looks like was the ringleader of firing Sam Altman. And it seems like there was a little bit of professional ego shit going on with the bots, with OpenAI's GPTs and Poe's bots. So they are direct competitors for these agents that you can build. Pi is always good. I like mine with vanilla ice cream. It's very good. And then you got Llama 2. And this is, if you go to labs.perplexity.ai, or you can go to Poe. Poe's, you can play with the Llama models at Poe. So all 8 of these, Claude, Grok, Bard, Copilot, Pi, Perplexity, Llama 2, and Poe, are all things that you should at least be trying. And what's a good experiment is you take something that you've got dialed in with ChatGPT and use the exact same prompt or set of prompts or conversation in all of these different models. Someone just said Bard's real-time connections has improved. That doesn't surprise me. So Bard and Copilot are connected to the internet. Claude is not. Poe, there's one of the bots there is Pi's connected to the internet, Perplexity's connected to the internet, Llama is not. So anyway, so go play with all those, and then you won't feel quite so out of control. There's lots of options. Lots of options. Top of the hour, Eregs present. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, get ready to screenshot. Now I'm going to just go through these quick. Here are your image creation tools that I think are worth your time to play with. DALL-E 3, Midjourney, Leonardo, Firefly. So Copilot is the new Bing. That's correct, Mary. Copilot is the new branding for anything that is ChatGPT inside a product. What about my quilt? How can I regenerate that? You can regenerate your quilt on Poe. You can regenerate it on copilot.microsoft.com. If you're talking about your quilt GPT, you can't do that. That's just going to have to be GPT. It should be mentioned that Llama is completely available as open source. Yeah, it's a good point. You can run it locally. Yeah, oh, that's another. So this is one of the things I heard today. So Llama 2, thank you, Pate. That's a really good thought. Llama 2, this was Meta's kind of ChatGPT 3 competitor, and they just released it open source to the world or commercially available to the world. It's a free commercial license unless you have 700 million customers. And it's completely unrestricted, meaning it doesn't have any safety guardrails, or there's versions of it without that. There's an entire open source community built on top of things like Llama 2 and a bunch of the other large language models that are unrestricted. So if you're geeky, or if you work with a technical team, and you want options to ChatGPT and OpenAI, go to Reddit and just go to open source LLM. That stands for large language model. The Llama site. Which one is good for research? There appear. Wait. At the Llama site, which one is good for research? There appear to be lots of options. I don't know the open source world all that well. There's all sorts of fine-tuned models out there. You're just going to have to geek out. And I would imagine, you know what you could probably find, Cam, is if you go to Google. Here, let's go do this. Let me see if we can go find something. I'm going to go to Google. So here's a cool trick to find GPTs. go to Google, type in this site colon chat.openai.com/G. I'm just going to click on it because I've done it before. This is now all of the GPTs that people have made. Watson X. Possibly Jason. I don't know how good it is. I haven't heard a fucking thing about IBM and Watson X other than they're trying to resurrect the brand after Watson Health crashed and burned. They're IBM, so they have a lot of smart people there, but whether or not they have good large language model there, I'm not sure. But listen, it's probably worth playing with. So a thing you might do is, so if you go site colon chat.openai.com/G and then type in open source LLM. No, there's nothing there. Let me type in LLM. Oops. Comanche LLM. So it looks like this is an LLM top 10 GPT. Expert on LLM security risks, providing detailed. So there's that. And then let's look up open source. Open source alternative. Yeah, I don't know. You're just gonna have to go geek out on Reddit, and just start hanging out in the open source community. Go watch YouTube videos, things like that, if you want to do that. All right, let's go back to our little list here. Okay, so those are the LLMs to play with. Then you have these are the image things to play with: DALL-E, Midjourney, Leonardo, and Firefly. So screenshot that. Let me give you a second there. So these are different options for image generation. The image generation in ChatGPT is really good. Again, copilot.microsoft.com, that uses DALL-E 3. So you can do DALL-E 3 inside ChatGPT. You can also do it inside Copilot. They're both DALL-E 3. Midjourney is the best from a quality perspective, but it can't do text really well. Firefly is commercially good because it hasn't been trained on any copywritten images. So if you're in a company, the Adobe generative AI stuff is likely your path. And then Leonardo is good if you want to geek out. And if you really want to geek out, go look at the underlying tech behind Leonardo. That's Stable Diffusion, and get automatic 1111. Where does one access links to your GPTs? Okay. So I'll show you that in a second. I'll show you the Salon Discord. I don't know. I wonder. Let's go back to this for a second. Let me see if I type in Kyle Shannon. I wonder if it will find. There's Dreamweaver. It found one of mine. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I put this in quotes. No, it just found one. I don't know why it only found one. Google doesn't like me. I think Pate went in there and made sure that none of my shit got indexed. Pate, you're so petty. You're so petty, Pate. Pate's so petty. All right. So there's your image creation stuff. Here's your video creation stuff. It looks like Runway ML. I haven't played with it yet, but it looks like they've released or they're rolling out Motion Brush. So the three things on the left here are all text to video or image to video tools. And Runway ML now has this thing called Motion Brush, which is really flippin' cool, where you paint over an object in a scene, and it will just apply motion to that object. So you could just put motion on someone's eyeballs. So their eyeballs are looking like this, or a boat going across an ocean. All right. HeyGen is, that one's yellow because go to labs.heygen.com, upload a video of yourself speaking English or whatever your native language is, and watch what that thing does. It's insane. 11 Labs is synthesize your own voice. Suno and Refusion will write songs with lyrics. SoundRaw will make lots and lots of loop-based music really quickly. Manuscript editing, just ChatGPT, any of the large language models, but ChatGPT 4 in particular is just really good at that shit. So's Claude. Claude's really good at that. 3D objects, Blockade Labs does 3D worlds. Wonder Dynamics will replace human beings with robots in video. It's really cool. I forget what Llama AI does, but it was cool enough that I put it on here. And then these are people that you should follow. If you're curious about this stuff, use 11 Labs for class, and my students love it. Oh, that's super cool, Mr. K. Yeah. This would be so if you haven't seen the HeyGen stuff, Mr. K, with the language is amazing. So you should at least get an account so you can go show your students that. Like get a video of one of them speaking English and then translate it into Japanese or something like that. They'll go nuts for that. Please repeat the website for GPTs. Absolutely. So go to Google, and what you're going to do at the Goog is you're going to type in site, SITE, colon, no space, SITE, colon, chat.openai.com. So that's basically just the ChatGPT website, and then /G site, colon, chat.openai.com/G/ will give you all of the GPTs, or all of the indexed ones. I don't know how many, 8,360 indexed ones. Now, it didn't find, like if I put in here Sin City, see, it's not finding some of mine, so some of mine are not indexed. I don't know why. I don't really care. But that's how you get to that. Okay, so these are people you should follow. Ethan Mollick, Wharton Business School professor. David Shapiro, working on AGI. He's got 2 open source projects right now. One is Agent Swarms, which sounds terrifying. And what it actually does could be terrifying, but it's actually pretty cool. So agent swarms are like GPTs, but if you do some programming on the back end, you can actually have those GPTs talk to one another. And they can also generate one another. So you can have a GPT that generates other GPTs based on what it needs to do, and then they all talk to one another. So you could have one GPT that gets generated to do some research for you on fun trips you might want to take, and then it spins up another GPT to go book your flights, and then it spins up another GPT to go book your restaurants, and all of those things are talking to one another. So that's what Shapiro's working on. The other thing he's working on is a cognitive architecture for AGI, which stands for Artificial General Intelligence. This dude's fucking off the hook. He's neurospicy, self-proclaimed. I'm not outing him. He talks about himself being neurospicy. He wears Star Trek shirts all the time in his videos. He's very funny, and he's just wicked smart. And then Paul Raitzer and Rachel Woods are good for business stuff. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe to the lives. If you do, you get access to the Salon Irregulars channel, which I'll tell you about in a second. There's also, if you go to my pinned videos, I think it's the one on the right on the top, I created a series called Underhyped, which is a curated list of videos I've made over the past year that just talk about why this generative AI stuff's a big deal, how it works, how you use it, how you prompt for it, what do you do if you get overwhelmed, all that sort of stuff. So if you want to support the channel, you can do that. What else? We've got a YouTube channel. I'm about a week and a half behind on this, but there's a YouTube channel with archives of all of the lives. And the AI Salon, I'll tell you about in a second. And then Storyvine.com, that's my company. and tinyurl.com/Kyle's AI tools. So one of the irregulars here, his name is Thelonious, and every time I mention a site or a person or something to check out, he's been adding it to a Google spreadsheet. And so this is just a big old giant ass Google spreadsheet. The other thing that I'll mention, if you haven't used GPT Vision and you have been screenshotting all these slides that I'm showing you, all of these things, upload them into GPT Vision. It will type them out for you. That's one of the cool ways to use GPT Vision. And if you want to know how to use GPT Vision, I'll show you really quick. In ChatGPT-4, you click on this little paperclip and you upload an image to it and you say, what does this say? And it will write it out. So you don't have to type all that crap in, because we are now in a different era. Can you show the big 4 LLM slide again? Absolutely. So here's this is all the stuff that OpenAI announced at the developer conference a week and a half ago. You remember when all was right with the world before they fired Sam, and Sam told us about all this cool shit? That's all the shit he talked about. So you got, that's your biggie. Then those are your sort of the top 4 behind ChatGPT. These are likely not going anywhere. Grok isn't out yet. They need to make a TikTok app work as picture-in-picture. Isn't that what I'm doing? Isn't that what this is? I don't understand what you mean, Grahad Gammer. And here's the other 4. So this is what I call the kids table. Although Perplexity's really powerful, Pi's really powerful, Llama 2's really powerful, Poe you can play with lots of different things, and they have their own bot infrastructure. Poe also just released, you can monetize Poe bots just like you can monetize GPTs. No, you can't monetize GPTs right now because they haven't launched the store yet. You can monetize Poe bots. So if you've made a GPT, it's probably in your interest to go make bots on Poe, just as a hedge against, whatever instability is being caused by the insanity over there. All right? Okay, let's talk about the AI salon. So, where's my slide? I lost my slide, people. Where did it go? Where did it go? Revert to. Let me try last open. There it is. Weird. I guess I deleted it. What did I? So let's see how old this is. Yeah, this is so drag. Okay, hang on. Let me fix something here. Oh no, I know what I can do. I can go. Can I? Yeah. I can go copy. I can go Command Z. I can go revert to last saved. Revert. Oh, that's there. Let's see. That's all fucked up. Anyway, all right, whatever. Never mind. Okay, so. Yeah, Sherry D and JRC. Yeah, janky. The TikTok's being janky tonight. Okay, so this AI Learning Lab is part of a larger community called the AI Salon. And so the AI Salon is a really amazing group. We started it a year ago in 2 weeks. So December 6th was our first meeting. So December 5th is going to be our 1-year anniversary. November 30th is the ChatGPT 1-year anniversary. So it's like we've been doing this for a year now. So this group's really cool. Our next meeting, we meet in person here in Denver, and then we have a virtual meeting as well. So it doesn't matter where in the world you are. We meet every other Tuesday. So tomorrow night is our next meeting. It's obviously going to be a doozy because we're going to be talking about whatever drama of the day. We'll do some chat TMZ there. We've got a speaker coming in to speak, and we're also sneak previewing. We're moving from Discord to Mighty Networks. So we're putting out a Mighty Networks. We're spooling up a Mighty Networks community, and so if you want to hang out with people that are AI literate and curious and interesting and generous, this is a group. So check out the salon.ai is the URL, and it's it's just a link tree. The first link there tells you about the salon and our values, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Mahmoud, hang on, I can't bring you up right now. Um, put in comments what you want to talk about. Um, so the first link talks about the salon. The second link is the link to the Discord. So the Discord is if you've never been to Discord, the Discord is where people put up pictures like that. But there's all sorts of different channels on the Discord. So there's an introduce yourself channel, there's resources, there's guilds, there's conversations, things like that. So just jump in there, and then there's also, someone asked before, where are my GPTs? There's a channel called Share Your GPTs, and so this is everyone as they're making GPTs, they're sharing them here. All right. So that's that. And then in terms of the salon, I mentioned our values. So the values of the salon are curiosity. We want people that are curious. We want people that are generous, like share what you know. How do you join those salon meetings? So, tomorrow's meetup. So thank you, Cam. I said there were links there. The first link is about the salon. The second link is to the Discord. The third link is to the meetups. So if you go sign up for the meetups, you basically join our meetup and join that community, and then RSVP for the meeting tomorrow night. Okay. And exploration is one of our values. We want people that are adventurous, collaborative, inclusive, and empathetic. Like there's a lot of people. What? No more Discord? So here's what's going to happen, gray-haired gamer. The guilds and most of the conversation is going to move to Mighty Networks. What we're going to keep the Discord for is things like mid-journey image generation. If anyone wants to experiment with bots, like Pate has a mechanics guild. So if the mechanics decide they want to build some bots with Discord and Zapier or something like that, we're going to leave it there for that. But the primary community is moving to Mighty Networks for a lot of reasons. There's calendaring on there. It's just a cleaner interface. It's web-based. People don't have to learn Discord because a lot of people have troubles with Discord. Gamers, gray-haired gamers, love Discord. But I think even gamers recognize that Discord's a janky piece of shit. So anyway, so that's the plan, and that's what the salon's all about. The salon. All right, so let's get going here. Let's get going again. Let's get chat TMZ back up. There we go. All right. So if you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. We can go play with stuff. Yeah, Discord isn't a great place for communities. No, I know. So we're gonna let the geeky shit. Anyone that wants to geek out on Discord can still geek out on Discord. So there'll be some community like activity there, but the primary, like the guilds and setting up guild meetings and going to guild meetings, all of that's going to be coordinated through the central calendaring at Mighty Networks. They've been around for 15 years. They're pretty good. Discord isn't great. Let's use it as the whole interface for our AI image generator. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's probably some cool stuff you can do there with the mechanics guild page. Build bots, like make it a playground. And I actually think that's what's potentially cool about that, Pate, is Right now, because it is a community, we haven't really geeked it out and put a whole ton of bots in it and all that sort of happy horse shit. So, like, maybe it's a kind of thing where you can actually go there and really geek out and really tweak that thing out. There are lots of old web apps. Any AI tools that can crawl and write requirements. Probably. I don't know them. I'm not in that world a lot. So I would say go to futurepedia.io and look up web crawling and sort of like web repurposing. I don't know. Just go search on futurepedia.io. Yeah, Firefly. It is. It's a really good idea, Pate. Really good idea. I don't want to deal with that. Just hating on Midjourney. Oh. Yeah, Midjourney's got to get their shit off Discord. It's amazing that they're still on Discord, isn't it? I don't blame you for not wanting to deal with Discord. Like Discord's cool in theory, but then you actually try to use it and you're like, wait a minute, isn't this just bad interface? You, you don't have hair issues tonight. Any explanations? No, not really. I took a nap right before I came on, and so I wet it, and it's freshly glued. I think that's it. That I haven't had a whole day's worth of activity to break the glue. Oh man! All right, let's get some questions going here. Let's see who's got. Resume the live. I heard non-compete in Silicon Valley is weird. How could Sam go to Microsoft though, like number one competitor? Probably because they fired him, and they didn't seem to fire him. Like I don't know. Like I don't know how the non-competes work. Satya Nadella said when he was interviewed on Bloomberg today, they're still working out that HR stuff. so, so after having done this, OpenAI is not going to fuck with Sam not being able to go to Microsoft. Like, Microsoft is pissed. They're betting their whole fucking company on OpenAI. And OpenAI did this shit. How do you access salon.ai? You just literally go into your web browser and type in thesalon.ai. It's a website. And then it'll take you to a link tree. So you go thesalon.ai, and then it takes you to a link tree that looks like this. What is the salon, the Discord community, and the bi-weekly meetup? So the first three links are the most important ones. Although the fourth one's not bad. You could support the salon. Because we're not charging dues or anything like that. So if you want to do that, you can do that. Show us your screen, Kyle. Which one? This one? Oh. This one? Thesalon.ai. That's the screen you should see. All right. That HR stuff is is going to lawyers brutal. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, trying to manage my Midjourney subscription through Discord shakes my head. Yeah, exactly. Any idea if Midjourney will be available in Copilot? It's not going to be available in Copilot, but if you go to midjourney.com, Can you show us one GPT's utility? I don't know what you mean. Can I show you how to make a GPT, or can I show you some GPTs and what they do? Yeah, I can do that. Battery, you have 10% left. You're on low power mode. Good Lord. What are we going to do? I don't know what I was talking about. Midjourney. So Midjourney is not going to be in Copilot, but DALL-E is in Copilot. So if you go to DALL-E, go to copilot.microsoft.com and just say, make me an image of, and type something in there. That's DALL-E 3. Midjourney, right now, they've got a revamped website where if you have a Midjourney account, you can see all of the images you've ever made in your account in the website. And you can see a grayed out area where you can make images. It's just not live yet. So at some point here shortly, you should be able to make Midjourney images on their website, which would be much better. What's the YouTube link again? Something -TT. AI Learning Lab -TT is our YouTube channel. AI Learning Lab -TT for TikTok. All right. Somebody wanted to see. Okay. So here we are at ChatGPT. You got a little pull down menu here in the upper left where you can switch between GPT 3.5 and 4. So the GPTs only work with GPT-4. So you have to have access to GPT-4. If you don't have access to it now, if you were like, I'll get to it next week, well, they shut that shit down like 2 weeks ago. You can't get new accounts right now. There are people selling their OpenAI accounts on eBay right now. So if you're really desperate, you can go to eBay and buy an OpenAI GPT-4 account. I don't think it's going to be that long, although with all of the shenanigans going on with OpenAI right now, it probably threw a wrench in the works for a couple of weeks. So I would say sometime before the end of the year, you'll probably be able to get GPT-4 accounts again. If you do have GPTs or GPT-4, you should be making GPTs. If you haven't made one yet, you should make one tonight. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. It is staggeringly easy to make these things. Do Champ Whisperer. Okay. So, down the left-hand side, if you haven't made GPTs before, it may just look kind of like that, where you have ChatGPT at the top and then you have the Explore button. Or you might see like 2 or 3 of these things that, like one might say DALL-E and one might say, I don't know, I forget what they are. I forget what they are. But you'll see the Explore button. And then down below, this is your prompt history, right? So all your prompts are down here. So those have always been there. But what they've added is these new things called GPTs. So because I've made a bunch and I've got these pinned to my sidebar, that's why I can see all these, okay? What a GPT is a personalized, customized, I'm on 29%. It's a customized ChatGPT. So, for example, the very first one I made the first night I had access to it right here on the live, called the Sin City Sipper. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have a GPT that'll help you make drinks? And we'll take classic drink recipes and give them a Vegas twist. And so I created the Sin City Sipper. And so it's got some pre-prompted questions here, like how do I make an old fashioned? Show me a fancy margarita. What's a twist on a Moscow Mule? Upgrade a martini. Or I can just type in, make me a swell holiday libation for Thanksgiving. And Sin City Sipper will oblige. And so sometimes it'll give you the recipe first. Sometimes it gives you the image first. But it generates the image of the recipe it's about to give you. And these are staggeringly good images. Like, they're really accurate. I used to bartend. And these are actually, like, really accurate to what the drink that the recipe they give you will actually look like. So let's hopefully the image generation is functional tonight. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It's going a little slow right now, so we'll see. Looks like it's about done. TikTok. That's funny, JRC. Oh, come on, Chat GPT. Where's my image? Give me my image. Oh, Chat GPT, you're so frustrating. Error creating image. Yeah, I would think so. The Thanksgiving harvest cocktail: bourbon, cider, maple syrup, lemon juice, cinnamon, orange slice, sprig of rosemary for an aromatic touch. So there's that. The other thing that I did here is it adds in. I just put in my company URL here, so it says storyvine.com right there. So I built into it so that once it gives you a recipe, it will do like a little ad for your company, right? So you can do all sorts of cool stuff, and I'll show you some other things it can do. Let me say, try again with the image, because I would like to show you one of these because they're cool. I can go show you a previous one that I've done. In fact, why don't I go do that? We can come back to this one. I'll show you a really good one it did the other night. This one. This is so the drink was the pumpkin spice martini, vanilla vodka, Bailey's, pumpkin puree, pumpkin pie spice, maple syrup, graham cracker crumbs for rimming the glass, whipped cream for garnish, cinnamon stick for garnish. And look at the picture it made. Doesn't that look fucking tasty? Wait, that's a lie. Is the purple circle was what? What was that? What was that? Pate, whoever pinned that, see if you can pin Pate again. But anyway, so that's what the Sin City Sipper does, and we made this GPT in like 5 minutes, and so we're gonna make one now. The little purple circle telling, oh dang it, I want these recipes. The one that last night looked amazing. Yeah, I should. Oh, you know what? I posted this one in the Discord, JRC. I posted this pumpkin spice one in general discussion. General discussion. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. So the pumpkin spice one, that one, just the vanilla vodka and Bailey's and pumpkin puree. I mean, and then the graham cracker dusting of the rim is just pretty good. Okay. So how do we make a GPT? So it is staggeringly easy. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. I know, doesn't it? Forever Hooked? I know. I'm like, because normally I'm like, pumpkin spiced everything. I'm just done with it. Like pumpkin spiced Cheerios, they can shove them up their butt. But that actually sounded really good. So, okay. So you click on Explore on the left-hand side here. And then you've got, if you've made any before, you've got them here. And then you'll see, if you haven't made any, you'll see here's ones that are made by OpenAI. There's a DALL-E one and a data analysis one and things like that. And then at the top, it says create a GPT. So you just click on the plus button, and this is the interface. It's very simple. On the left-hand side is where you make the GPT. On the right-hand side is where you play with it. It's where you test it. Though I tried a Coke that was influenced by an AI and it tasted like shit. Yeah, I know. I did. I've done some. I belong to a whiskey group, and I did some drinks one night from ChatGPT, but it was from 3.5 like a year ago, and two of the drinks were fine. One of the drinks was just rancid. It was just really bad. Anyway, okay. So how this works on the build side, on the left hand side, the build side, you've got create mode and you've got configure mode. Configure mode, if you've ever made a bot on Poe, it's very much like this. Very much like this, which I think is why Adam D'Angelo is none too happy with Sammy Boy. You upload an image, you name your GPT. As Pate said, though, like if you're doing something like this, there's only so many ways you can interface this. But you have a description of your bot, you have your prompt, so instructions is your prompt. You have conversation starters, which are those pre-written questions. You've got knowledge, which is knowledge is a big deal. And Poe just added this as well. Knowledge is if you've written a book, you could upload a PDF of your book and then create a bot that responds with the knowledge from your book. Mr. K, who's in here sometimes, he was been in here tonight earlier. He might still be here. He took all the curriculum information from his school, like whatever the guidelines are for creating curriculum, and he put that into a GPT and created a curriculum builder for his fellow teachers. Amazing. So the knowledge stuff's really good. The other thing you can do on these GPTs, you can turn on or off all of the capabilities of GPT-4. So it's connected to the internet. You can turn that on or off. It can make images. You can turn that on or off. Code Interpreter is this really powerful thing within GPT-4 that allows you to do data analysis. You can turn that on or off. And then if you're really geeky, you can add actions with APIs. So you can make full on applications with no coding, and not low coding, no coding, because while I could write all this in here, and if I know how to prompt, I can put in really sophisticated prompts. You don't have to. You flip over to create mode, and this is basically just like ChatGPT, that you can talk your app into existence. Literally. Does it work on the plus version? Yes. ChatGPT Plus is, so long as you have access to GPT-4, you've got access to this. And the drag right now, you said you can add books. Yes, I'll show you how to do that, Debbie. It's remarkable. It's remarkable. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll do one. I'm trying to think how this would be useful. Yeah, if you have a PDF of a book, you just put it in there. I did one for my company called Storyvine Sales Coach. We put in our 50-page sales documentation, like our sales training, into the knowledge. And so now we've got a GPT that you can ask any question about our sales process, and it just answers it. And it's fucking brilliant. We did another one. My co-founder, Monique, she's got a shitty construction site next to her house, and they're violating all these codes. So we made her a Denver City building code GPT that she can, if they're doing something weird, she can say, hey, is this a violation of code? And it says if it's a violation of code or not, and then cites the part of the code that they're violating. So, and then she can use it. She can say, write me a letter to the city talking about what they did and what code they violated. And it just does it. So yeah, so it's remarkable. So here's how we do this. There are limits to what you can add. No military adjacent anything, no scripts. That makes sense. Screenplays or books. I wonder if I can put in a screenplay I wrote though. Yeah, it might be military adjacent makes sense. So this does have safety guardrails. Forever Hook, thank you so much. That was really cool. That was pretty. Let me come up with an idea here. Because you can do pretty much anything. Oh, I've got a fun one. You can use public domain books. I uploaded a 250-page book earlier. Yeah, it doesn't seem. Yeah, I think it's just if it's copywritten, it's probably they probably have a database that says if it's any one of these books, you can't do it. Can we put in medicine handbooks? My problem right now is finding PDFs of things is really hard because Google's so bad lately because it's so full of SEO injected crap. Let me see. Let's go physical therapy. This is an idea I had for one. Physical therapy exercises .pdf. Oh, and I should probably do physical therapy toolkit. All right, this looks like it's got some stuff in it. Okay, so let's save this. So we'll do a physical therapy one. Oops, save. Desktop. We'll go physical. Okay, so you go back to ChatGPT. Yeah, Suzanne Shepherd died. I know. My wife studied with Suzanne Shepherd in New York City. I know. It's a drag. She was 89. She was a good actress. Okay. So how you do this is just full on ChatGPT 4, but it's going to help you build your thing. So what I'm doing here is I'm just using Macintosh OS X accessibility, so I don't have to type in front of you. So I'm just going to talk it. I want to create a physical therapy GPT that will allow patients from my practice to ask questions about physical therapy that they want to work on in between our sessions, period. I'm uploading a PDF of exercises, which I want you to use as the primary knowledge base for this GPT. And then I'm going to click the little paper clip, and I'm going to grab the PDF. And so there's the PDF. And it's uploading, and now it's there. I'm going to say boom. And that's pretty much it. Too many have forgotten the Elizabeth Kenny method for physical therapy would be great to write about. There you go. GPTPT. That's what we're going to call it, Pate. Thank you very much. GPTPT. I'm going to say, no, we're going to call it GPTPT. That's fucking awesome. All right, so now it's generating a profile picture. So what this has done is it took our little request for an app. I want a thing that is physical therapy like, and then here's my document. Can you do all this personal GPT on your own desktop without this PDF restrictions? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could. I can actually probably go remove the PDF even from this, but I wanted to show you that you can do that. No, I want a picture of a knee in a brace. I want to show the torture. Come on, people. I was your of a knee in a brace. That's pretty funny. It somehow understood, no, I was your of a knee in a brace. It understood that I wanted a knee in a brace for the picture. GPTPT. The race for people. Look at that. Gorgeous. Here's the picture. Does this align? Yeah, that aligns. Okay, so now, it doesn't really look good as the icon, but that's okay. So now, what this has done, if I go in here to configure, is it put the picture in the picture. It did the name physical therapy assistant for patient queries and exercise guidance. So we're just going to say physical therapy assistant for Shannon therapy services. All right, so I could put that in there. Cool. And then over here to the right, this is a fully functional thing now. So I could say, like, let's see. I forgot how to do my sideways knee stretches. Can you help? And let's see what it does here. Looks like it's thinking. So it says searching my knowledge because I told it I wanted to use the PDF as the primary knowledge. It's now reading that big long PDF. I don't know if there's anything in here for this. So obviously you would know the knowledge that you're putting in here. Use an X-ray. It doesn't really do image. It can't output images right now. It's a little stingy when it comes to like pulling images out of PDFs and things like that. But it'll pull the knowledge out if it goes. It seems like these calls to other services are not going too well tonight. It's normally a little faster than this. So this might error out on us. No, it didn't. Give us a check mark. Physical therapy you provided does not contain specific instructions for sideways knee stretches. However, I can offer you general guidance on common sideways knee stretch, known as the IT band stretch. Standing IT band stretch. So that this is really good. So let's say we put in a piece of crappy knowledge and we didn't like what it did. I can go in and configure. I can go down here now and I can say, okay, I want to remove this knowledge. And so I'm going to remove that from there. I'm going to go back out to create and I can just give it more instructions. I can say, okay, I've decided I don't want to use. What is going on with this thing? It's so weird. I've decided I don't want to use the knowledge base anymore, and I just want you to use your knowledge of physical therapy, period. One of the other things that we do at our service is speak in very plain English and use humor as a way to make people feel more comfortable because they're often very scared. Can you update the GPT to be super friendly and humorous and always speak in plain English terms when explaining complex medical situations? And so it's going to go do that now. Can you ask it to produce illustrations with the bullet points? Yes. Now, it will create the illustrations. It may or may not create illustrations that are accurate. so for something especially like physical therapy, I would say it would probably make more sense to build like an API hook to a database where you've got actual pictures where it can show those. So I've updated that. So, but let's go ahead and do it. Say, additionally, what I want you to create. That thing is just not working right. Dang it. Additionally, what I want you to create for each exercise that you give someone, I want you to generate an image that represents that exercise, period. I want the style of the image to be like a medical diagram, and I want the image to be as accurate as possible, displaying the recommended exercise. All right. Do 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 do. Need powerful GPU and source training data though. No, you don't. Not for making these. You're using all of their inferences of GPUs up in the Microsoft cloud. You can do this on any old browser. You can do this on a phone. Like this GPT PT can be done on a. You can use this on a phone. If you want to make your own large language model, you need massive amounts of hardware and cycles. But if you're going to do something with open source, then you need things like that. Yeah. Data training is not for the faint of heart. Exactly, Pate. So GPT. The P in GPT is pre-trained. Generative pre-trained transformer is what GPT stands for. That means you don't have to train it. If you want to go train an open source model, you can do that, but that's painful. That's why these things are so cool. Can you ask it to do a Google Sheet? Sure, I can do that. So let's see. Tell me a funny way to remember my exercises. What's a simple explanation of muscle soreness? Let's see. Can you help me with lower back stretch? So the exercise can help. Starting position, lie flat on your back, comfortable surface, movement, gently bend one knee, hold this for 30 seconds. Remember, make this clear. To make this clearer, I can create an image representing this exercise styled like a medical diagram for easy understanding. Let's do that. And so now it's making an image. So hopefully it'll actually make this image this time. But this is now a functional thing that we can share with the world. And I'll show you how to share it here in a second. Look into fine-tuning or LoRa if you want to do it from scratch. So, see, it made this, it made it look like a medical chart, but this is not what it described because this other one was standing up. Starting position, lie flat on your back. Keep your legs extended and your arms at your side. Did it do that? Not really. Gently bend one knee and bring it towards your chest. So it didn't quite do it. You could mess around with that. You could potentially get it to do things, but again, I think if you're doing actual medical stuff, you'd want actual diagrams in there. There are ways you can do that. It would take a bit more work, but this is how you do it. The other thing I can do is I can say, someone asked, can I have this make me a CSV or an Excel file? I'm going to say, can you give me a downloadable Excel file of 10 core exercises that have the name of the exercise and explanation of how it works in the second column and the benefits in the third column. Period. You can choose which 10 to include. Now what this should do is fire up Code Interpreter. It'll say analyzing or something like that. I'll put these into an Excel file for you to download. We're going to do a plank, a side plank, Russian twists, bicycle crunches, leg raises, mountain climbers, reverse crunches, bird dog, dead bug, and flutter kicks. See where it says analyzing right here? So what that's actually doing is it's writing Python code. So it imported the pandas library. It's now writing Python code to generate an Excel file. so this stuff's what's amazing about these is this is a personalized thing you can create for your PTA, but it's got the full power of GPT-4 in it. I mean, it's fully blown out GPT-4, but in your personalized kind of way. All right, so it's doing its thing here. It's being a little slow tonight because, they're still trying to figure out if Sam's coming back. So there's the Excel file. Download the core exercise Excel file. Should serve as a handy reference. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to download it. And now I'm going to go look at it and let's see if it did it well or not. This is always interesting. Oops. How do I wrap text? Wrap text. Under table, all the way at the bottom, wrap text. All table, wrap text, boom. And then can I, right? There you go. There's your Excel file with all your little exercises and your stuff. Done. Bang. Bing, bang, boom. It's slow because I was using it too. Ted, you can't use ChatGPT when I'm doing a live. You can't do that. We're going to crash their servers, dude. All right. So that's it. Now, how do you share this? So in the upper right-hand corner, there's the save button. You can just do it for yourself. You can share it only with people that have the link, or you can make it public. And if you make it public, right now, the difference between only people with the link and public is there's no difference. Because there's not a store. But if you say public, when they release the GPT store, which will probably be December or early January now that there's all the shenanigans going on. So I confirm that. So there's my GPT. Now I can share this. So if I copy this, I can go to the Salon Discord. I told you we had that channel for sharing your GPTs. And so I'm going to pop in here and just share it. And boom, there it is. It should give me the little preview. There's my little broken knee. Physical therapy assistant for Shannon Therapy Services. There it is. Boom. How cool is that? So that's GPTs. All right. That's what I'm talking about, people. That's what I'm talking about. It's just that easy.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
I made a single word GPT image generator in hyper realistic format. Trippy, i.e. anxiety. Oh, that's cool. Very nice. That's a good one. I did a dream analysis one called Dreamweaver that it'll ask you a couple of questions about your dream, and then it will visualize your dream and then do a Jungian analysis of it. That was a fun one. All right. Random Thoughts by TK. Hey, Kyle. Wait. I had two pins there in a row. Bada bing, bada boom. What was that previous one? Someone asked a question that was pinned. Can other people use your result for free, or do they need to have ChatGPT 4 before using? Hey, Kyle, do you have a chance to check out mansplainer.ai? Yeah, I checked it out. Yeah, I did. I checked it out the night you suggested it. It's pretty funny. Yes, to use GPTs right now, the receiving entity, the receiving person has to have GPT-4 as well. When the store comes out, I don't know if that's going to still be the case. My suspicion, if I were a product person at OpenAI, I would say, hey, people should be able to use this whether they have it or not. Now, they might argue, well, they've essentially got full ChatGPT-4, so they should pay for that. So is this a way for them to sell more $20 a month subscriptions? Possibly. Does that limit the ability to grow this to a really wide audience? Yes. So I don't know. Unreal, thank you so much for this great demo. Thank you, Chris Martin. I appreciate that. So I don't know. I don't know the future of these things. But one of the cool things is you will be able to monetize them.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
So if you're an approved GPT builder in the OpenAI GPT store and your GPT is popular, they're going to do rev sharing. Now, what I don't know and what was not announced is, are they going to give you 70% of the revenue that your thing makes or 0.7% of the revenue your thing makes? I don't know. Are you going to make 38 cents a month on this or, $350 a month on this? I do not know. Look into fine tuning or LoRa if you want to train a model without starting from scratch. That is good advice. If you want to get geeky, listen, the thing about this AI stuff, if you're not technical at all, fine. You don't need to be. Just go to ChatGPT. You can make one of these GPTs like I just did. You don't even need to upload knowledge to it. You can just say, I want a recipe maker. Like my Sin City Sipper was literally like, I just want something that'll make normal drinks Vegas fancy. And it came up with it, and I told it to give me 10 different names, and Sin City Sipper was one of them. And then it came up with the image that I use for the GPT. And it took 5 minutes. So if you don't want to be technical, you don't have to be technical. If you want to be technical, you can hook an API up to your GPT and call services that you wrote or call Zapier. Can I share my GPT with someone else to co-develop with me? I don't think so. Because that would be a good thing to have, wouldn't it? So I'd say the only way you really do that is you do it in real time with you editing it and sharing your screen. And then you take their input that way. That's the way I'd do that. But yeah, because it's tied to your account. Like it's my Sin City Sipper. It's Sin City Sipper by Kyle Shannon. That's tied to my account. They would have to have your login info. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Joker. What you said. You said it. Joker said it. Joker knows what's going on. He knows the scene. Have you used OpenAI Assistant? Better explain what API is for the newbies. I can do that. What was the previous one that was just pinned there? Can you explain something? I'll explain what it is. Have you used OpenAI Assistant? And if so, when you load data for it, how will it affect your tokens? I don't know the answer to that. So what Dave's asking about is in the OpenAI playground, which is, so don't forget, you've got two different modes of OpenAI. You've got ChatGPT. Think of that as like the consumer app. And then you've got the playground, which is where developers go develop stuff. In the developer mode, there's this new mode called assistants, which is basically like creating GPTs, but they called them assistants because why would you call them the same thing? Because they're technically slightly different. So the assistants, you can also upload knowledge to them. It's retrieval augmented generation. So I would assume that what's happening there is when you actually do a call, it's going into the RAG to get your data. It's pulling it out, and then whatever it pulls out and sends to OpenAI, that will count against your token. I don't know if what it's retrieving out of the knowledge base counts against your token. I assume not, but I don't know. That's above my understanding grade. Someone said earlier I should explain what an API is. So an API stands for Application Programming Interface. And so it's basically if I want to get my my GPT to talk to another service, it's done through an API. So it's basically just like a handshake between two computer programs. So let's say I wanted to do a trip, a daily trip planner for vacations. And then once it created a set of destinations for the day, I wanted it to actually place those locations on a Google map as pins. I could do that if I had an API connection to Google Maps or through Zapier to Google Maps. So it's just a way for computer programs to talk to one another. Can you share threads in ChatGPT 4.0 to collaborate? No, the threads are just on the assistant side right now. The GPTs to be clear, the GPTs are 2 weeks old, and like they're kind of this brand new raw like gelatin stable kind of thing. They're janky. They're janky. So a lot of this stuff, like threading that you can do on assistants, and a lot of the API stuff right now is just really piss poor. It will get better. Like 6 months from now, the GPTs are probably going to be very sophisticated and have decent interface. But right now, they're just not. So, have you tried Roomy AI as a Zoom alternative? Pretty cool. No, I've looked at it, but we use Google Meet for meetings, and it's just moving any of that, even in a small company, is just always such a pain in the ass. You've got all that shit so embedded. I have a Lady Splinter GPT. Yeah, that's a good one. Have you used Open Assistant? We talked about that. Once GPTs get flooded, in comes the SEO. Well, I would say to the degree that you've got SEO for like the App Store, like all of the marketing stuff for how you get apps discovered, it's probably going to be similar to that. Can you demonstrate a situation where you can have a multi-step prompt to develop a document biz plan? Just as a prompt or as a GPT? Where you have a multi-step prompt to develop a document biz plan. We can just go make a business plan with ChatGPT. You could also do this as a GPT, but I think this is a good thing this is just a good thing to practice. So I'm just going to go to regular ChatGPT. Thank you, Digital Gods. I appreciate that. So we want a biz plan. So what I'm going to share with you is useful for any large language model, right? So this is not just for ChatGPT. One of the big differences with talking to a large language model versus talking to something like a Google search is that they're completely the opposite in terms of philosophical approach. And here's what I mean. With a Google search, you want to kind of give it as few words as possible. You know how a Google search, if you give it too many words, it gets confused and you just get all sorts of weird shit and it's just kind of useless. So over the years, they've kind of trained us to just be really efficient. I give it a prompt, it gives me back results, and if I get good at that, then I'm good. ChatGPT is kind of the opposite, where it knows all this stuff, but it's kind of like an idiot savant where it doesn't have a lot of common sense. So you need to give it a lot of context. You need to give it a lot of explanation of what you're trying to do and what its role is and what your role is and what you're trying to accomplish and how you're trying to accomplish it. And what ends up happening is there's kind of two schools of thought with prompting with these large language models. There's a camp called the mega prompt camp, and the mega prompters, they write these insanely long, super complicated prompts that say, you're going to act as this, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do that, and then here's all your rules, and here's all your things, and when I reply this way, you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. And it becomes a whole art and science of itself, in and of itself. And when people talk about prompt engineering, that's kind of what they're talking about. They're talking about using, in my case, the English language as a programming language. And it really is like engineering. There's a whole nother school of thought, and this is how I use it, which is you just talk to it like you're talking to an intern that needs a lot of direction. And you go back and forth with it. And so what I'm going to do here is we're going to do a business plan, but we're going to just sort of talk our way into this thing. So if I just say to this thing, give me a business plan for a business about blank right now, it'll give me that. But what it's going to be is really generic and really boring and really expected. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start out, we're going to give it a little guidance. Create not create. I want you to act as a business consultant trained at Ivy League business schools like Harvard. And I want you to coach me through creating a business plan for my business. Do you understand? Now, when I say do you understand, do I really think that ChatGPT understands? No. But when I say do you understand, what it does is it says, absolutely, I can guide you through creating a business plan. The process typically involves these key components. And so it's starting to provide its own context, right? So it understands it's a Harvard Business School trained consultant. And so it's now going to say we're going to create an executive summary, a company description, market analysis, blah, 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 blah. Remember, the key to a good business plan is clarity and conciseness. Each section should be well thought out. If you have specific aspects of your plan, of these sections, feel free to ask. And then what I'm going to say is, I want you to ask me 3 simple questions about my business, one at a time, period. I don't want you to ask me the next question until I've answered the first, period. At the end of those 3 questions, I want you to write the first section of the business plan. Not the first section. I want you to write the outline of the business plan. Ask the first question and don't move on to the next until I say okay. Okay? Understood. Here's the first question. What is the core product or service of your business will offer and the primary need or problem it solves? The core product is teaching people how to start up a llama grooming business. And it addresses the problem of people thinking that dog grooming is the way to go, when in reality, llama grooming is the best. Listen, I didn't say it had to be a good business. Now on to the next. Great. That's a unique and interesting business idea. Now on to the next question. What's your target market for this llama grooming business? I'd like to target llama owners. I'd like to target. What are you doing with me? I'd like to target llama owners that own at least 3 llamas and are passionate about how their llamas look. There we go. That's good enough. Thank you for the information. It's clear. Here's the third question. How do you plan to reach and attract these llama owners to your grooming business? What marketing strategies or channels do you envision using? I'd like to create a TikTok channel for llama groomers and not even let anyone else who doesn't like llamas be in my channel. I want it to be exclusive, like a velvet rope for llama owners that love llamas and llama grooming. Why do I do these dumb ideas? Because it is my great joy in life to know that someone's flipping through TikTok and they just hear a guy going, llama groomers. I'm a llama groomer. Llama groomers are the best. Okay, so this thing is now, here's the business plan outline, the executive summary, the company description, the market analysis, the organization and management, the service description. Okay, so I'm going to say, okay, great. Can you please take a first pass at generating the first section in full detail? Let's just see what it does. Executive summary, big business name, Llama Grooming Academy, which is actually pretty good. Grooming Academy is an innovative educational platform dedicated to teaching entrepreneurs the art and business of llama grooming. Unlike traditional pet grooming, our focus is exclusively on llamas, catering to a niche yet growing market of llama enthusiasts. Our comprehensive curriculum is designed to empower individuals with both grooming skills and entrepreneurial know-how, enabling them to start their own successful llama grooming business. Unique value proposition. Our service stands out in the pet grooming industry for its unique focus on llamas. So there you go. Like within, whatever that's been, 5 or 10 minutes and a stupid business idea, right? I can now start to go back and forth with this thing. Within an hour, you could have a fully blown out business idea. I could also do this. I could say, hey, that's great. I'm realizing that in order to attract customers, I'm going to need a really catchy name, period. Can you come up with 10 possible names that are more creative and catchy than what we have now? Lush Llama Lounge, Elegant Alpaca Academy. I like that. Glamorous Llama Groomers. Llama Style University, Pristine Paca Parlor, Llama Lux Learning, Chic Sheer Llama, Llama Grooming Guild. Oh, we'll do Llama Grooming Guild for the salon because we have guilds. Let's go with the Llama Grooming Guild. And now I'd like you to give me 5 possible taglines for the business. Sheer success, one llama at a time, where llama lovers become grooming leaders. Mastering the art of llama elegance. There you go. All right. It's number 3, period. 3, not free. Number 3. All right, it's number 3. Can you give me a concept for a logo that incorporates the name and the tagline? Color scheme. Is it going to make us an image? Make us a pretty image. Additional touches. Make one. So that's going to create the image. So again, ChatGPT 4 is multimodal, right? What that means is it can see images, it can make images, it can take in words, it can take in CSV files, it can hear, it can talk if you use the app, the iOS app or the Android app. So one of the Llama Grooming Guild, mastering the art of llama elegance. It didn't quite get the spelling right, but that's not bad. I'm going to say, great. Now, can you make me a photographic... oh, you dumb thing. Great. Hello? Make me an image for a magazine ad launching my business. And now it should give us some groovy llama. Lovely llamas looming and grooming business name. Yeah, it's pretty good, Clint. Oh man, look both ways. Don't cross. The cars coming. Clear. Go. I swear, Kyle, if I keep stealing, if you keep stealing these biz ideas on the live again, look at that nice magazine. We did a full 2-page spread. We're a well-funded llama grooming company. Look at the beauty. Look at the hair. That llama's got some product. That's solid. So anyway, that's how you'd make a business plan. I mean, that just in general with ChatGPT, just think of it like you're working with a really smart, a really well-educated, not too smart intern. You got to tell them everything. They have no common sense, but man, do they know a lot. That's kind of what this is like on a regular basis. Let's go look at. Let me just quickly go look at see if anything happened in the soap opera, the OpenAI soap opera. Anybody paying attention to that crap? Let's see. OpenAI got a little list. X is suing Media Matters. No, doesn't look like there's. No. Nothing that we didn't know before. Nothing that we didn't know before. It's just still a shitstorm. Thanks, Joker, for the shitstorm images. Those are the best. I like it. I started a therapy group called Llama Trauma Drama. Oh man, I could do that. I could walk people through some of the things, laugh and learn. So do me a favor, if you would, kindly follow my channel if you think this is cool stuff. You should come back here. I do these things nightly. I'm sort of winding things down here. But if you decided to join the Salon Discord, the Salon tonight, make sure to go into the Introduce Yourself channel and actually introduce yourself. One of our values is generosity. And even though it's like, you're like, yeah, but nobody knows me and I don't know anything here. And I don't want to admit that I don't know anything here. Everybody right now is clueless. Everybody right now is clueless. So just let us know where you are. If you're just starting with this stuff, if you're really into it, all that sort of, if you're afraid of it, just let us know who you are, what you do, and because that's the kind of community it is. You'll find that people are really welcoming and helpful and things like that. So follow the channel. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe to the lives. You can also, if you go to my pinned videos, there's one on the top right that says Underhyped. And it's a series that I put together. It's a curated list of videos that talks about, why AI is such a big deal and how it compares historically and how you use it and how you use it creatively and how you keep from being overwhelmed. So I think it's valuable. And if you do that, it'll support the channel. And I'm trying to think what else. That's it. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to run through one more sort of give you a shot to do some screenshots of a bunch of recommended sites for you to go run down. So if you've been here before, you've seen this before, but I'm going to do it really quick. So get ready to do some screenshots. So if you're brand new, to this world of AI, this is where to start. The one on the left, in fact, chat.openai.com. Okay. The one on the right, that's the developer stuff. If you're geeky, you probably already know about that. So the playground is where the developers hang out and geek out. If you're not geeky, if you're like the rest of us, you just go to chat.openai.com. Okay. That's the place to start. It's the best. Get on the wait list for ChatGPT 4 if you don't already have it, because I would say at this point it's a requirement. And if you're like, is OpenAI going to be around next week? I don't know. Okay. Get ready to screenshot. Here's 4 other LLMs you can play with. Bing, I'm going to change this right now. So this is now called Copilot. And the address is copilot.microsoft.com. I spelled that wrong. Microsoft.com. Hold, please. Hold. Calm yourselves, people. Cool out. I know this is boring. It gets worse. All right. Okay. So, Copilot is built on top of GPT-4. It's Microsoft's version of ChatGPT. It's got Dolly image generation built in. It's quite good. Claude is quite good. Grok doesn't really exist yet, though it's coming. And Bard is getting better, and apparently is going to get really good sometime in the first quarter. Here's 4 more: Pi, Perplexity, Llama 2, and Poe. The Llama 2 models are open source. There's a whole world of open source. If you want to geek out and if you want to hedge your bets against big companies like OpenAI flaming out, then start learning the open source stuff. You can install some of these models on, local machines like an M1 or higher Mac and PCs with GPUs in them, things like that. Poe, you can make things like GPTs that they call bots, and you can sell them there. So that's worth exploring. Pi's really good to talk to. Image generation. Screenshot this. These are the 4 kind of major flavors of image generators. Dolly 3 lives inside ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot. Midjourney right now is still in Discord, but it's really good quality-wise. Leonardo is stable diffusion. Firefly's from Adobe. If you're in a company, you'll likely be using that. Here's video creation stuff. Really interesting stuff to play with here, so screenshot this. Every one of these tools is a whole other rabbit hole. So if you're just brand new to this, ignore all this. Just go to ChatGPT. Music and audio, 11 Labs. Oh, I lost my, which one did I have there? Suno.ai. Hang on. I reverted this to, I lost a slide earlier and reverted it. So let's say Suno.ai. Edit. Suno.ai. Bold. Why? All right. So there's that. Got that? Screenshot it. Screenshot it. Can we develop a full financial plan to support our new business? Yes, you can. 3D Worlds and Objects, Blockade Labs, Luma AI, Wonder Dynamics. Those are good to play with. Let me say goodnight. Nighty night. Oops. Nighty night. Thanks. Okay. Okay. These are people to follow. Go follow these people. If you're curious about this, listen to people that know more than you do and put stuff out there. These are 4 really good ones. Hopefully you like this channel. Rachel Woods is another TikToker. She's a good counter to me where I'm a little sort of fast and loosey-goosey. She's much more buttoned up and about like let's get the AI operations dialed in here, people. So it's a good thing there. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. The YouTube channel with archives of these lives is at YouTube AI Learning Lab -TT for TikTok. The AI Learning Lab was taken by someone else, so -TT is me. And that's about it. And then the other thing is the AI Salon. So if you want to find a community of people that are geeking out on this shit, that's what the AI Salon is. So go to the salon.ai, read about the organization in the first link, make sure you resonate with our values, and then join the Discord and join the meetup. Our next meeting is tomorrow night. So come, say hi, meet us all right? That's it, people. I'm getting on out of here. I'm going to do it. I'm going to leave y'all. So let me just go through and see who is here. Ted Looks at Life. Tobias, good to see you. Clint Copperhead, thank you so much, sir. Tallulah Bell, I love that name. Okay, thank you. Off to Roman Empire talks. That's great. Oh, man. All right. Let's see. Who else do we got in here tonight? The Goat, Eric Farmer, good to see you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Who else we got? Danny Man. JRC, thank you. Good to see you. Digital Gods, Be Not Afraid. Awesome. Quick Take Jake, good to see you. Ron, thank you, as always. Sherry D, rocking the modding tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you to the mods. I really appreciate your time. As always, everybody, be not afraid. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. All right, it is Monday night. We're still here, even though it's chat TMZ. What time do you go live? I try to go live right around 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 nights a week. Why do I do that? Because I think it's important. I joined late, but that was great materials you made. Thank you very much. Does your company also use AI? It does. We're using more and more. We're an 11-and-a-half-year-old company, so our core product is not AI driven, but it is automated video editing, Storyvine. And then we're actually building a whole AI expansion product roadmap right now, so it's pretty exciting. So we're doing all that. All right, you gave great advice, really helped me out. Great, Kim Ketkin. Awesome. All right, thank you so much, everybody. You have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Debbie, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Have a good night.